Hello there. All right, I'm making a video finally after like 4 months. God, I'm so unprepared. I'm getting a lot of questions about how to get started in the gym, and I've been putting off this video for at least a couple years. So I'm gonna bestow upon you all of the knowledge that I have about working out, and maybe you can get swole as fuck too. Working out has been quite a long journey. I always tried to stay active in high school. I started with rowing, you know, the good old days. I used to just, obviously I was not good enough to row collegiate, so I was like, damn, I need something to do to stay active. Back when I started weightlifting about 4 years ago, you know, time under tension was at its peak, and creatine was the equivalent of an anabolic steroid to your average gym lifter. Obviously, since then, fitness literature has changed drastically, thank God. First things first, you gotta figure out, what are you working out for? Are you trying to gain weight? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to gain muscle, stay lean? Maybe you just wanna get better cardio. I think that is the number one biggest thing that people struggle with when they start working out, is because there's so many things to work out for, it gets kind of overwhelming, and then people never end up starting. So I would say number one is to figure out a couple goals that you have. For your protein intake, you wanna get at least 0.7 to 1 grams of protein per body weight. I'll probably put some studies up on screen somewhere. You wanna find your maintenance calories, which there's a bunch of online calculators that you can use. And then if you're trying to gain or lose weight, you take your maintenance calories and then you plus or minus 300 to 500, and then that's your daily intake. Since my goals might be different than your goals, the way I work out and the way I structure my workouts might be a little bit different than the way you do. Which leads me to my second point, which are the different splits. There's a bunch of different splits that you can do. There's PPL, push-pull legs. There's bro split, there's Arnold split, there's upper lower, there's a combination of a bunch of different ones. There is no best split because it all depends on what you are trying to work out. So I do upper lower. I used to do push-pull legs for a while, but then I realized that I want to grow my arms. And so if you're doing push-pull legs, the way it's structured is push is usually chest, shoulders, tries, and pull is usually back and biceps, and then legs at the end. But usually your arm movements are going to be secondary movements in those splits. So if you're trying to grow your triceps or your biceps, you'll be hitting them after you already hit chest and back. So you might be a little bit tired. So if you're trying to grow your arms, push-pull legs might not be the best split for you, and you might want to just have a designated arm day. One of the biggest questions that I get is, what do I do once I'm at the gym? A lot of people say they're too scared to just even get inside of the gym because they're scared of judgment, which is, you know, totally natural. And I will say, I don't think the fitness community is the greatest right now. So I think that is a very valid concern. To that, I would say you could definitely go with friends. I think that makes it a lot easier if you're working out in a group. I will say that it will take you much longer to finish your workouts. I personally like working out alone or with one person. My workouts are usually 45 minutes to an hour, so anything more than that, I'm kind of like, okay, you gotta get the fuck out of here. It is totally true that if you are someone that genuinely wants to get into the gym, the biggest people in the gym are always the nicest people. If you ask them, hey, you know, I don't really know how to use this machine, could you show me the correct form? They would be more than happy to help. You should also be trying out as many machines as you can. If you're literally just starting out, like day one, first time in the gym, try all the machines. There's so many different machines that hit the same exact muscle group, so you gotta figure out which ones that you actually like doing. I think that's another thing that people do, is they end up making their routine full of a bunch of exercises that they hate doing. That's a great way to speed run hating working out. I personally hate doing Bulgarians. They hurt, they're hard, it sucks, so I don't do them. But luckily there are so many other machines and exercises that work out the same muscle groups, so I don't have to do Bulgarians. If you think about hitting chest, generally all you need for hitting chest is a flat press, an incline press, and then a fly, but there's 20 plus different chest machines and exercises that you can do. And all you gotta do is pick 3. There's an argument to be made about the most optimal exercises for specific muscle groups, which is true. You technically don't really need a flat press. You could absolutely get away with just doing an incline and a fly. But I personally love to bench, so I'm gonna bench. Is there another exercise that I could be doing that is a little bit more optimal? Absolutely, but I want to enjoy my workouts at the same time. All right, we gotta take a second to talk about supplements. I have a shit ton of supplements. But to be honest, I don't really take a lot of them because I don't really need to. I think a lot of the times people will be taking supplements that they don't actually need to be taking. I have iron, This is a full bottle. I literally haven't used any of it because I'm not iron deficient, so I'm not gonna take iron. The other day I saw an ad for creatine for women. That is a bunch of bullshit. Creatine does not function differently for men or women. That is entirely marketing. Pay attention to the dosages too. A lot of supplements right now on the market are severely underdosed. I've seen pre-workouts with a gram of L-citrulline, which is just a negligible amount of L-citrulline, but because they have it in it, they can market it towards you. So basically just make sure that you know what you're putting in your body and that it actually works the way that it's intended to. Okay, so to wrap up the video, number 1, figure out your goals. What are you working out for? 2, figure out what your split is. What do you want to work out? What do you want to prioritize? 3, figure out what exercises you actually like to do. You want to make sure that you're enjoying your workouts. 4, don't fall into the supplement rabbit hole. Most of the time, you don't need a lot of supplements. And 5, be sure to have fun. All right, that's it for the video. I think that I probably will be opening up coaching in the future. If you guys want a little bit more hands-on one-to-one coaching, I will be charging a percentage of your Roth IRA. Let me know in the comments what other videos you want to see. There are definitely some things that I could go in depth about. I think this video was more of a general overview. So let me know what else you guys want me to talk about. Thank you. I'll see you guys in 10 years.